Okay, it's enough bullshit. Actually, it's not enough bullshit. I have not reached my bullshit quota for the... Okay, introductory remarks. Hello, howdy, doody doo, you already know. My name is Larry Singleton. But you gotta remember, the reason why I do these intros is that there's a first... This is, it's always someone's first Larry Singleton video. So I gotta do the introduction. Sorry if you're tired of that. If you're one of the millions of people that follow me. Because as you know, my life has recently taken a turn for the best. I no longer live with my parents. The video went so viral that it was particularly pretty big in Scandinavia. And I have a condo there now. That's where I'm riding my bike now. I'm not in the same spot, even though it looks exactly the same. I live in Scandinavia now, and I have many visitors of the Scandinavian female variety. My life is just going wonderful these days. So thank you to the millions in the audience that are watching these. No. The topic of today's video is sunscreen. Do we need it? Do brown people need it? Is it good for us? Is it bad? Is it an invention by the white man to kill us off faster? Or is the rumor that brown people do not need sunscreen, is that the invention? See, it's very hard to navigate the world when you are a man of color, such as myself. I'm a very colorful man, as you can see by my t-shirt today. Very colorful. And some of the language that I use, also very colorful. I don't mean coarse, I mean colorful. I mean languid. I mean descriptive. Purple prose, they call it, on the streets. On the streets. Famous spot where they are enjoyers of language. On the streets, they sell drugs and read Proust. Alright. Okay. Let's dial it back a little bit. We're not talking about sunscreen today. We're not talking about drug dealing on the streets while reading French literature. Although, that would be a funny idea, right? Just imagine The Wire if half the time they were unpacking what certain writers meant in between selling people crack and destroying their lives. They could always read In Search of Lost Time. Okay. Let's talk about a serious business. Put on my suit and tie. Put on my construction cap. I'm very busy these days, so I don't have that much time. Oh, there's some shit in my hair. I hate that. I don't like when there's, see that shit? There's shit in my hair. There, that's a lot better. Now I look like James Bond all of a sudden. Now I can definitely get a girlfriend. Because I took that shit out of my hair. Okay. The topic of today's video from Larry Singleton here is very similar to the previous, or one of the depending on when I publish it. Just stop being difficult with me. The topic of today's video is similar to seek alternative dopamine sources. However, it's not the same. A lot of my ideas, what you will find on this channel is that everything is, like I said, everything's related, everything's interconnected. Just stop being difficult. The topic is do something outside of yourself. Now, it's similar to the concept of seeking alternative dopamine sources, which was, if you do not remember and you did not watch the video because you were lackadaisical with the Larry content, then I'm going to get into it. Seeking alternative dopamine sources was, the concept was, if you were stuck in a rut, you just do something quick. Switch it up. Like a Wheel of Fortune wheel. Do not be attached to one dopamine source. You know the band, the band Seiyoshin, the phrase Japanese dudes used to tell their sons, do not get too attached to your wives, because anyone can die. Seiyoshin. Practice being unattached. Similar thing. Seek alternative dopamine sources. Don't be too attached to one given outcome, because it will disappoint you. There are diminishing returns, my friend. Same thing with this channel. Everything. Me, you, Dupree, everything has diminishing returns. So that's why you always got to have an abundance of, like one of my hobbies, riding my bike in Scandinavia, which is where I said I was, right? Yeah, I'm in the shores of... Okay. I'm getting off topic and winded, but yes, so do something outside of yourself. And I'm going to explain why it's different than seeking alternative dopamine sources. That one is more of a selfish endeavor to you personally. You understand what I mean? Seeking alternative dopamine sources for yourself, which is selfish in a way. Now, what do something outside of yourself means is more of an altruistic act, I should say. You can't say an A word before another A word. Arab. You don't say that. You say an Arab decided to eat a bunch of shawarmas or whatever the hell you were about to say. Okay. I think you can probably tell I'm in a very good mood today. The sun is out. My balls have been emptied and my stomach has been filled. So stupid. Okay. I once was accused of being immature. And to that I say... Perhaps I am immature, my friend. But who are you to judge? You're just a stick in the mud. Yeah, I was once accused of being immature from I don't even want to get into it, but fuck that guy. Hope he dies of AIDS. So, in Hamilton, Ontario, you know who you are. Fuck Hamilton, Ontario, and everyone in it. Particularly that guy. Okay, so, do something outside of yourself. What was I trying to get across here? I was trying to explain. So, the chief, the foremost example of doing something outside of yourself. People often give the example of soup kitchen shit, right? Volunteering, helping others. Now this is a great example. Cliches are true for a reason, because they stand the test of time. Cliches are underrated. I know they seem very, they persist for a reason, okay? Doing something outside of yourself, what it's going to do is, it's not going to take your problems away. I don't want to promise you that. That's why I would be such a bad motivational speaker. I would just get up there and be like, yeah, do this thing. No, yeah, you're still going to have the same problems, but just do it anyway. Okay. Why I'm defending doing something outside of yourself. What this is going to do for you is two things. Two things are going to happen for you, okay? Now, the first thing, like I said, your problems will still be there after you do something outside of yourself. However, what it's going to do, the main thing it's going to do is decrease your cortisol, your stress hormones. So, your problems are still going to be there when you get back home from jacking homeless dudes off at the shelter, or whatever it is you choose to do with your time. That's a great thing you should do, by the way. Everyone always gives them food. Turns out that's not what they want, guys. They want a belly rub. Give your uncle down at the subway station some love from time to time. Don't give them food all the time. Everyone gives them food. No one jacks them off. Okay, sorry. That's neither here nor there. Doing something outside of yourself, what it's going to do for you is going to decrease some of your cortisol levels, your stress hormone levels. So you'll feel better overall because you were able to you were able to stutter. That's what you were able to do. No. You were able to step, I think that's the word I was trying to say, outside of your brain and life for one moment, and you focus on something else. And this is the second thing it does, which is you'll help another person, which will in turn make you feel a little, I'm so good, I did something for someone else. So it is a selfish thing at the end of the day. But those are two very valuable things. Cortisol, stress going away, and you get to feel like you're such a good person, blah blah blah. All because you decided to stop thinking about how shitty your life is for like 2 minutes, or however long it takes the homeless guy to come when you jack him off. Yeah, step outside of or do something outside of yourself. The selfless pursuit. But here's the thing: you cannot live. I'm not gonna. This is where I get cynical here. This is where I'm gonna completely contradict everything I just said. In order to win in this capitalistic society, you must be selfish. But you cannot be like that all the time, okay? 7 days a week, selfish? Come on. Who are you? Who are you? The owner of a certain company I will not name, because I'm afraid when he gets back from space, he might sue me. Listen, if you're too selfish in life, you're going to have a gaping hole in your chest. It's going to be bigger than a I don't want to get too vulgar, but hole, you understand where I was going to go with that. Prostitute joke, who has seen thousands of men. You do the math. Gaping hole in your heart because you were selfish 100% of the time. But what I was about to say was, a certain amount of selfishness is good. Maybe 5 days a week. But those other 2, do something outside of yourself. Help someone out. And then what we'll do in this society invented by Larry Singleton is we all take turns on the days that we're going to be selfish. But the problem with the society as it stands now is that everyone is choosing to be selfish on the same days, which is like most of us. So if you just take turns like a, divorced couple, so you be selfish on this day and I'll be selfish on the day 2 days after, and then on your days off, go take care of the the soup kitchen, and I will vacuum or whatever. That's what it is. It's a balance. I don't think I did a good job articulating my ideas in this one, but that's the end of this. I think I'm gonna go do something outside of myself. By the way, these videos are a form of doing something outside of myself. Because if I don't make any money doing this shit, but the reason I'm doing it is because I feel like it helps a certain segment of the population. The reason why I can tell you these things and the reason why I know they work is because I've been through what you have been through. Why did I say it like that? I have been through what you have been through. I'm Bruce Lee at the beginning of Enter the Dragon all of a sudden. You need emotional content, not anger. Try again. Yeah, so I'm just trying to help I'm winded. I'm just talking shit now. I think I'm gonna end it. Yeah, go help someone else. Stop thinking about yourself, you dumb asshole.